Welcome back, folks. That has been a very long time. 4 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. A whole lot of stuff has happened. A lot of stuff in the private life. Have been traveling, have been organizing all kinds of things. So have not been trading all too much, but the trades that I've been taking or the ideas that I had regarding this range that we are in right now, I always share them on my Discord, which by the way is completely for free, so feel free to join. And on this new fresh update after now 4 weeks, I just want to go over the general price action. And Bitcoin has been in this range already for a while. We are at and about and around all-time highs. And of course the question is, are we just coiling off for another move up, or is the news stuff like Israel and Iran, Gaza, Ukraine, Russia, I don't know where the hell we have wars nowadays, is that fuel for price to go lower? I have to say, so far Bitcoin is pretty resilient, so looks pretty good. But let's just take it now for what it is, and we are trading in a range. So therefore I've marked a couple of places on the chart that for me at least is interesting to look at. And first of all, we have this really this bigger range, and I therefore made it purple. That's really the box that we're having, the highs and the lows. And if you then pull a volume profile, you can see we have the value area high right here at and around 108. We have the value area low and about 102, 500, and then we have the point of control at and around 103, 500. And last night I took a short trade that was pretty late. It was 1 a.m. my time, and that was after price lost this local 1 hour high. So we had a local high right here. We went above, we lost it, and then eventually we went lower, and this is where I entered the trade. I'm still in that short trade, and also coincides with the top of the range. And as you can see, I also drew a couple of boxes. Those boxes for me, and I shared them with the Discord group, those boxes for me are areas to look for longs and for shorts, because of course you want to short the highs along the lows, and this was the first box because that coincided then with the value area high and this 1 hour high right here. And this box would be a absolute liquidity sweep of these three highs right here that have been holding already for quite a while now, since last week. To be honest with you, I was actually hoping price for earlier already to sweep that and then to go lower. That didn't happen, so therefore you need to be a little bit creative. This one actually so far works out pretty well. I'm going to be very honest with you. If you're not in a trade right now, this is a absolute no trading zone, because you're right in the middle of the zone. And if you're now getting into a short or a long, you're not really having an edge, because if you're now getting into a short, where are you going to put your stop loss? You probably need to put that here above the highs. And what are you targeting then? This is going to be a 3% stop loss, so then you need to have at least somewhere of a 3% target for a 1-to-1, and that is not the strongest setup, is not really a strong edge. Whereas in when I took this trade, I had only about 1% stop loss, and I am targeting somewhere here at the bottom, so there's approximately 4 to 5%. So my risk reward here was pretty strong, and therefore reason for me to take the trade. I think if I'm just looking at the indicators that we are going lower. I mean, if we're here looking at the 4 hour, you can see that the momentum wave is pretty steep down. The RSIs are lower. The VWAP, that's that yellow part of the indicator, that is pointing down. The money flow is going lower. I'm not saying we're getting a mother of all dumps, but I'm just thinking that the bottom is not close anytime yet. Here on the 1 hour, it looks like that we are clipping after printing all of these red candles. So what I'm actually expecting here on the 1 hour in the next couple hours is that we are doing something like this and then going for another move to the downside. And also here you can see that the money flow and the VWAP is at and around that zero line. But because we have the higher time frames still pointing downwards, for example here on the 8 hour, you can see that we're trying to print this red dot. And I think actually we can expect a little bit more downside. That actually would then set us up for a very nice long trade. So if I'm then looking at possible areas, I would like to see that these lows are all getting swept. This one could stay, but if we're doing something like this where we're sweeping the lows, maybe touching that point of control at around 103,500, this could be a nice long trade. And the reason also is because maybe a lot of people are waiting for this low to be taken out again, but then it doesn't happen, and then you're kind of front running them, and then you go higher. So this right here, 103,500 could be a nice long trade. My stop loss, I will probably put it underneath the local low. Whoops, sorry. Underneath the local low or this low right here. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then you also have a pretty tight stop loss. Let me just draw this in and then see what that will mean. So let's say we're getting in somewhere here. Oh, somewhere in here. And then we're putting the stop underneath that low. And then we're targeting the highs again because we're just trading the range. We're not breaking out anytime soon. This actually is pretty nice. Oh yeah, you see about 1% stop loss. And then we're talking about targeting about 5, so a 1 to 5, $100 in, $500 out. That would actually be super nice. Would we lose this low as well? So that box actually that I drew in there. Let me quickly zoom out to the 4 hour. Then actually I'm looking for lower. This box here at the bottom at an around 101-ish to 100,000 could be a long opportunity. On one hand, actually, I want this low to stay. On the other hand, if we would SFP it, I would still take the trade. The reason why I want it to stay is because you have this low right here. This low was an SFP of this low, and if you're then going lower again, you're getting this SFP of an SFP of an SFP, and that usually is not the strongest setup. Again, if we would get it, I would absolutely still trade it, but I would wait then to see the close of a 1 hour candle or 4 hour candle before I trigger the long. So first long could be here again from this point of control, maybe taking out this low. Therefore I keep the box there, value area low of this range at around 102,000, and if not, I want to see how price reacts once we are reaching this box here at that psychologically 100k. On top, actually, I do not have a whole lot because we are already in this short. I would still target then, if I still would look for a short from this level, but the only problem is that with going short here from at and around 110,000 is that you have this high right here very close by. So actually I think once you are now going higher, you're going to reclaim that at, let's say 108, you're actually going to take out all of these highs. So you're going to take out this, this, and this, and therefore yeah, I would actually really wait for market structure to shift bearish again before I would short, or a absolute super clear SFP from the all-time high and then to go lower, but I do not actually expect that. So I'm cautious on the shorts, and I'm mostly looking forward to the longs. Let this for now play out. And of course also you need to keep in mind that we still have a lot of wars and stuff going on. So especially when Trump starts tweeting and there's stuff coming out in the news, then you can see the price is pretty volatile and it's reacting pretty fast and sometimes somewhat irrational. And you can also see it right here, that these highs are very ugly actually, and here actually also not all too pretty. This high was a little bit weird. This one was then a little bit more clean, but you can also see the double wick here on that 4 hour candle. So price structure and yeah, the way everything has been setting up is not the prettiest, but still if you were traded with a little bit of a wider stop loss, you could have had a few profitable trades. That will be it for now. So main message is you were in a no trading zone, but I am watching for higher or lower before I enter a new trade, and this current short that I'm in, I'm just going to let it ride. If I take profit, I will then notify everyone in the Discord first, and again that's completely for free, so just check out the link in the description, and see you guys very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.